Hi guys, it is Aoife from Fred Weasley Died Laughing, and I am here with some monthly recommendations. So as always, monthly recommendations is a Goodreads group created by Trina over Between Chapters and Kayla at Kayla Rayne, and I will leave the links to their channels and the Goodreads group down below. And this month's topic for the monthly recommendations is some great sci-fi reads, and I have a few different ones that I want to talk about, and the first one is going to be Spinning Starlight by R.C. Lewis. So Spinning Starlight is kind of a sci-fi YA retelling of The Wild Swans by Hans Christian Andersen, and it's about a young girl called Nnedi who is an heiress to this massive tech company that her family have built up, and she has a bunch of brothers, and one day all these random weird things start happening and she's basically like pulled into this other planet that she never even knew existed in this kind of the planetary system that she lives in. There was this extra planet that she has no idea about and who have no idea about her, and she this whole thing was kind of a plot by someone else to take over the company, and she doesn't know where her brothers are. She feels like her brothers are in trouble, but she has no way to communicate with these people what she wants and what is going on, and she has to try and basically find out how to save herself and how to save her brothers and the future of her company and her planet basically. So there's a lot resting on her shoulders. I really enjoyed this one. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. It was one that I wasn't expecting to love so much and really surprised me, but I just thought everything was great about this. The relationship between Nnedi and her brothers, you get flashbacks with her, with all of them at different points throughout the story, and they're all just told really well and they're done in a really nice way. Definitely recommend this one for a really good sci-fi read. The next science fiction read I'm going to recommend is The Rithmatist by Brandon Sanderson. This is kind of one of Brandon Sanderson's lesser read novels. I think it's actually the only one I have read, but I feel like more people would read the Mistborn series than pick up The Rithmatist because it doesn't have its sequel yet, but I'm feeling like it's on its way soon, hopefully next year. But this is basically about a young boy who is going to college in this particular college, but there's this kind of magic system in this world called Rithmacy, and basically it's to do with making shapes on the ground with chalk, and it's all to do like with angles and kind of physics and maths and stuff like that. And basically the kind of creatures that these people are building or drawing on the ground kind of can come to life, and they're able to protect people and to fight against evil people and stuff like that. And these chalk creatures, there's the ones that are created by the Rithmatists, and then there's this other thing that is kind of endangering their world where there's these wild chalklings and they don't know what's happening. So they need these Rithmatists to basically battle on this edge of their land against these wild chalklings to basically save everyone. And this young guy really wants to be a Rithmatist, but unfortunately he just hasn't been able to be one. He wasn't chosen to be one, but he is like a major geek. He knows everything there is to know about it. He just can't actually do it himself. But there's all these weird things happening. I think it's students are being killed by something strange, and he basically kind of gets enlisted into helping one of the professors trying to figure out what is going on, and they feel like there might be a wild Rithmatist that is going around killing these students or going after these students, and it's just pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you hear one of my dogs is having a nightmare. I don't know if you can hear her. She keeps crying. Good girl, you're okay. But yeah, I really enjoyed the story, and I really enjoyed the world and school and everything and the friendships that were built into this. And I really can't wait for the next one when it comes out, because I think I'll pick it up straight away because I did really enjoy this one. Another sci-fi read is a short story, and that is Binti by Nnedi and Okorafor. This was really good. I really enjoyed this one. I didn't expect to like it so much again. But this is about a young girl called Binti who basically she is the first person in her culture, not her culture, her family and the people that she lived with in the village, I guess I should say, that is going to this school. She's like really smart, and she's going to this special college on the other side of the, I'm not sure if it's galaxy or like another planet, but she basically goes on the ship to go to this college, and the ship is taken over by this weird alien race, and everyone else is killed, but Binti is not killed because she is obviously a different kind of race of the other people that were on the ship, and the aliens had nothing, against her race, had nothing to do with her, didn't really know anything about her, so they left her alone. And now she's kind of acting as this like in-between person where she's trying to tell these people like, don't kill me, don't kill the other people, we'll try and figure this out, and she's trying to figure out what they'll do when they get to the college and how she can actually stop these alien people like killing all the other people in the college. And yeah, not too much I can say about this without like spoiling everything, I guess, but I just really liked the kind of roots in Binti's personality and Binti's culture with, you know, traditional African culture as well. There's a lot of stuff to do with how she kind of cakes her face in this kind of, and her hair in this kind of mud, and apparently that is actually a thing in the culture that Nnedi Okorafor kind of, I'm not sure whether she herself is like part of her ancestry or whether she just knew about it, but I just really enjoyed that. There was just different things I didn't know that are based in reality, and I really enjoyed that, and the story I just thought was really good, and I'd really love to know more about Binti and just follow her along because she was really interesting, and yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Another science fiction read that I read recently is 0.4 by Mike Lancaster. This is a book set in England, and it is about a boy where one day he goes to this talent show with his family, and he is basically hypnotized, and when he wakes up it seems like everyone in the whole village has been like taken over by something, like they're not acting themselves, everything's really weird, everyone's acting like they've been like taken over, or they've been hypnotized themselves, or they've just become like robots, and things are really weird. So the only people who haven't been affected are the people that were hypnotized, which is himself and 3 other people in the village, and he's just trying to figure out what is going on with his parents, trying to survive because, you know, they're under attack now because they're the 4 people that weren't actually taken. And yes, this is pretty good. It's a short read, it's fun, it's kind of trying to figure out what is going on, and yeah, I think I gave like a 3.5 stars, but I did enjoy it, and I think it's worth a read. Another book I read recently that I enjoyed was Inherit the Stars by Tessa Elwood. It's about a girl called Asa whose father runs his kind of interplanetary system, and her older sister is supposed to kind of inherit all of this, but she ends up on one of the planets. There's kind of this rebellion or a revolt kind of thing, but she ends up getting injured and she kind of falls into a coma, and then because of this Asa ends up pretending to be the middle sister. Asa is the youngest, but she ends up pretending to be her older sister, who's the middle sister Emmy, and marrying this kind of son of another family who also run another interplanetary system, and his name is Eagle, and basically they're found out, but she has to kind of keep going with it because they're married, there's nothing else anyone can do, and she's basically trying to figure out how a way to save both of their planets while also trying to keep her sister who's in the coma alive, make sure her father doesn't turn off her machine. And it's just a lot of things to do with like family politics and like disputes between parents and stuff like that, and while at the same time Eagle and Asa are obviously having to deal with the fact that they're married and they're kind of slowly falling in love with each other and dealing with their relationship. And I just loved this book. I really enjoyed it. I really loved the relationship between Asa and Eagle. I thought it was very real, it was really genuine, it was really lovely to read about. It took me a while to get used to the system and the thing with the planets and stuff like that, but after a while it did all make sense to me. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I think for a YA science fiction book, this is a particularly good read for everyone who's interested in kind of, you know, wetting their feet a little bit in the science fiction genre. This is probably a good one to start with. So that is all the science fiction reads that I'm recommending at the moment. Please let me know any other science fiction reads that you've enjoyed, if you've read any of the ones that I've recommended, and I'll see you guys again next time.